before we get started, let's check out the links in my description. We all want nice things. We want the car, we want a house, we want a high limit credit card. But if you don't have at least a 680 credit score, you're not even in the game. So click this link here to know where you stand and get your free credit scores from all three bureaus. That will be Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. And also get your reports. If you would like to be free and become financially independent through entrepreneurship, click this link here to be free. If you'd like to get cash back, which is a discount during shopping, please click this link here to see my favorite cashback sites. And if you enjoy the music you hear in the background, please click the link here and subscribe to It's Oasis. Hello everyone, welcome back to Community Wealth. What we're going to get into today is we're going to get into my bank card score updates. Right? And your bank card score is pretty much the score they use to determine your credit card limit, interest rate, and things like that. But before we get into that, if you would like to know your FICO scores for all three bureaus, Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian, along with your reports, click the credit monitoring link in the description below. That way you can see what's on your reports and your score and see if you need to enhance or any of that. If you would like to make $500 to $1,000 plus per week utilizing your personal vehicle on your own time, click the Wealth Dasher link in the description below. Now, if you don't have a vehicle or you don't want to use your vehicle, you can click the Wealth Hire Car link in the description below. And that way you can hire a car, which means use their vehicle to wealth dash around town and still make $500 to $1,000 plus per week on your own time. If you want to know how I got 5 properties for $5,500, click the Be Free link in the description below. And with the shopping season underway because of the holidays, I know you're going to do a lot of shopping online. And while you're doing that, you're going to get cash back. And you do that by clicking the Cashback link in the description below. Now let's go ahead and get to it. Like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, your bank card score is what financial institutions use to determine if they're going to give you a credit card, how much that credit card is going to be, which is the credit limit, and your interest rate. All right, so we're going to get into what my bank card score was back when I got my credit limit increased, which was the same day I was pre-qualified or pre-approved for my auto loan through Capital One. So the credit limit increase came via Navy Federal. So I'm going to show you what my credit score was back then. And this is just through Experian. I'm showing you all of these different FICO scores are through Experian that I'm showing you. But all the credit bureaus have them. Equifax and TransUnion have them as well. But I have access to my Experian scores. So here we go. So here it is. Back on May 2nd of 2021, this is my bank card FICO 8 score. So right here it says FICO Bank Card Score 8. So this is the FICO 8 Bank Card Score. Alright. And this was on May 2nd of 2021, which is the month I got my credit limit increase when they doubled my credit limit on my Navy Federal Cash Rewards card. And I was at a 683. As you can see, that's a good score. Alright, of course, it went up and down since then, and but I'm not going to go through all of that. Usually I probably will, but I'm not going to go through all that today. I'm just going to show you where I was then, and I'm going to show you where I'm at now. And with me showing you where I'm at now, I'm going to show you, the FICO 2 and the FICO 3 score as well. Okay, so I want to make this video long because if I go through all of the scores from then until now, the video is going to be a lot longer. And I guess that's not the essence of the video, but throughout the time, just like your general score, your score is going to go up and down depending on what's happening with your profile, what's going on in your credit reports. Like just say you had another inquiry, or Let's say that you were late, or address change happened, or your utilization went up. And your utilization and your payment history are the ones that are going to impact your credit the most. All right, your payment history is 35%, and your utilization is 30%. And your utilization is basically just what the credit card is reporting, opposed to your credit limit. So I keep my utilization around 5%. Okay, so that means if you have $1,000 limit, you will keep $50 on your card. And you might say, well, I'm going to pay interest on that. Actually, you won't, because what you're going to do is you're going to use your card every month. Every month you're going to use your card. Remember, I encourage you to use your credit cards, especially if you have Cashback. You get different perks on it. You use that card for everything, and use your checking account only to pay that credit card. Unless it's something that you can't utilize your credit card for, like paying your auto loan. I think you can, but it's going to charge you like a $3, $4, $5 fee. But they say pay your auto loan, pay your rent, your mortgage. You can't use your credit card for stuff like that on a normal occasion. So you will use your checking account. But outside of that, everything, paying your utility bills, paying your cell phone bill, paying your cable, your auto insurance, putting gas in your car, going grocery shopping, going on trips, buying your clothes, and going to different restaurants. You're going to use your credit card for all of that stuff, buying your clothes, all that. You're just going to use your credit card for everything outside of stuff you can't use it for. And you're going to use your money in your checking account to pay your credit card down to 5%, which is why you will never pay interest, because you're going to always be paying it down to 5%, and you're always going to use well over 5% every month. So you're never going to pay interest. All right. So with me saying that, we're going to go into the current credit score as of right now. So you see here, I'm at a 683 on May 2nd, 2021. All right. And as I show you all the time, that I keep my credit utilization at 5%. I pay actually on time. I actually kind of pay twice a month most of the time on my credit card. And I got my auto loan paid up, my real estate loan paid up. All that stuff is just paid. I keep it on time every month. And I keep my utilizations low. So now with that being the case, we're going to show you the updated bank card score, which is a score for your credit card right now. All right. So here is my bank card score, my FICO 8 Experian bank card score for November 2nd, 2021. You see, I'm at a 686. Back in May, I was at a 683. Now, it got back up to a 686 because it actually got down to the 660s because of certain things that happened in my credit reports. So now I'm back up to a 686 on November 2nd. Again, I'm getting this is because of how I'm paying my credit cards. I pay them at least twice a month, and I pay them down to 5% every month. Sometimes 3%. I think right now I'm at 3%. So I keep my credit card. I keep it between 3 and 7% every month. I actually dropped down because the card that I'm authorized user on actually went up to 20%. So that put my utilization at 10% overall. So that dropped my score, which is kind of how I only got back up to 686. I probably would be higher. Okay, but credit limit increases posted, and auto loan posted. And I believe the real estate loan posted too. I believe. I'd have to double check. But I'm saying that because I also have another score update. It came 2 days later after this. And I'm about to get you right to it. Here on November 4th, the FICO 8 bank card score update for Experian. Remember, this is November 4th. It was just on the November 2nd when you saw the 686. Now I'm at a 690. Okay, I'm at a 690. All right. And you're probably thinking, okay, what about the other two bank card scores? Okay, I'm going to get to that. But this is the score that the majority of the banks are using. Okay. I don't have an update for November 4th for the other two scores, but I do have the update for the second. Now I'm going to pull this back up before I close the video. But let me get to the other two scores, the FICO 2 and the FICO 3. So here's the FICO 2 score. It's still good. It's at a 675, and this is for November 2nd. All right. So this is the FICO 2 score, 675. Still good. So I don't think a bank gonna frown up too much for it. But remember, I always tell you, your credit life really begins at 680. You can get some things done with a 675. You can get quite a few things because you're in a good range. But it really begins when you hit that 680 mark. Once you start hitting that 680 mark, you start seeing things like American Express, higher mid-level to higher tier cards. You start seeing that stuff. You still won't get to chasing the city banks yet, but you will start seeing like the American Express, Blue Cash, and you start seeing like, you know, the venture cards and stuff like that around the 680. 675, you might see a Quicksilver 1. But once you're in that 680 range, you start seeing the better cards come along. They start offering you that stuff. All right. So let's get you to the FICO 3. Oh, by the way, they're not really using the FICO score 2 like that. Some banks still are, but most banks are using FICO 8 and FICO 9. They're rarely using FICO 8. Some using FICO 9. So FICO 2 is still good though. All right. So I'm going to get to the FICO 3 score. Now here's FICO 3. I haven't heard too many banks using FICO 3, but they may. All right. And with this score, you could probably get some good credit cards with a credit union. Maybe like PenFed. Probably. I'm not saying that. I heard PenFed is real, you know, strict as well as these days too, because they opened it up now. You don't have to be in the military. Anybody can open up an account with PenFed now. But back before that happened, you was able to get a decent credit card, maybe like a $5,000 limit from PenFed with this. I know Navy Federal with this score, you can probably still get a $25,000 credit card. I done heard people getting $15,000 credit cards with 600 and 605 scores, 590 scores. They getting $15,000 credit cards with Navy Federal. So it depends on the profile. But 639 is the FICO 3 is where I'm at. I don't know who used FICO 3. I haven't came across it yet because they mainly using the FICO 8 and the FICO 9 like I mentioned before. So let's pull back up to FICO 8 from November 4th because I like that 690 better than all these other ones. Alright, so I'll pull this back up so I can end this video on this. But remember, all you really have to do to boost your credit score is keep your utilization down. Pay down on your high credit cards. Pay those down if you have high credit cards. Keep your utilization around 3 to 7%. You want to stay under 10% for the best results. You really got to be under 30%. But for the best results, you want to be under 10% because then you're going to get the highest scores around 3 to 7%. Going to get the most points for that. So you want to do that with the credit cards because these are bank card scores. But you want to pay all of your bills on time because all of it counts. All right? You want to pay all your bills on time. But you want to keep that utilization under 10%. 3 to 7% is ideal. Okay? Pay your bills on time. Keep your credit card bills on time. You won't pay interest if you do it the way I'm saying. Again, I'm not giving you advice. I'm just showing you how I do it. I keep my cards at 5%. I charge them back up the next month. Use my checking account. Pay them back down to 5%. That's how I pretty much do it. All right? You can start by using your subprime cards. You can start because if your credit score is not good, if you're like in the 500s, the very low sixes, under like 625, 630, you want to go ahead and you probably get you a subprime card. Again, you can use this secured cards, but I'm not too big on giving money to use my money to build my credit. I'd rather possibly pay a processing fee of maybe like $85 to $95. You give me $300 to $500. I do that because now it's just an investment. All right, and you give me 500, so I like that 500 reporting better than 200. All right, so we got the 500 reporting, and I'm building on that. They offer me another credit card. I get that one. Now I got $1,000, a $1,200 credit limit with both cards. And then what happens is now my bank card score is building. My credit profile is building. See, I'm paying stuff on time, and now I can get stuff like a Navy Federal Cash Rewards card, or a Capital One Quicksilver 1 card, or Capital One Platinum card. Again, those are not great cards, but they're not subprime cards. And with the Platinum card, you don't get nothing, but with that Quicksilver 1 card, you start to see cash back. All right. Yeah, they have a $39 annual fee, but you start getting the cash back. And then once Capital One see that you doing them great, they're going to offer you that Quicksilver card, which is the upgrade from the Quicksilver 1. You probably even be able to transfer it over, and that way you don't have to worry about getting approved for it. You can transfer it over, and now you have a Quicksilver card with no annual fee, plus you're going to get a credit limit increase on top of that. So, with all that being said, hope you like the information in this video. Hope it helped you out with the bank card score. You understand what the bank card score is? It is the score they use to issue you credit cards or your credit limit, issue credit cards, figure out what your credit limit is going to be, and the interest rate. So, again, thanks for watching. Like, share the video, comment on the video. If you would like to know your FICO scores from all 3 bureaus, plus your reports, Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian, click the credit monitoring link in the description below. If you would like to know how I got 5 properties for $5,500, click the Be Free link in the description below. If you want to make $500 to $1,000 plus per week, utilize your vehicle on your own time, click the Wealth Dasher link in the description below. If you don't want to use your vehicle or you don't have one, you can click the Wealth Hire Car link in the description below and hire a car to then Wealth Dash and still make $500 to $1,000 plus per week on your own time. It's that shopping season. It's holiday season. You're going to be doing a lot of shopping online as well as going out. But while you're shopping online, you might want to get cash back. And you can do that by clicking the Cashback link in the description below. Again, subscribe to the channel, like and share, comment, subscribe to It's Oasis. And until the next video, everybody, let's get this money.